Sherlock Holmes in Oz, the great detective's greatest adventure. Hi, I'm Gary Lovisi, and I am the author of Sherlock Holmes in Oz. And here's the book here, and it follows similar to the original novel written by L. Frank Baum. And it's presenting Arthur Conan Doyle's great detective, Sherlock Holmes, in his most amazing adventure, The Red Poppy Menace, set in the magical land of Oz, based upon the original classic book written by L. Frank Baum, with newly reported additions and explanations by Dr. John Watson, M.D. Well, Sherlock Holmes is truly on the most amazing case of his career. He's trying to track down a drug that has newly shown itself amongst the denizens of London. The Red Poppy Menace is a disastrous drug that's wreaking havoc and has a strange power over people. And he's trying to discover the source of the drug.
Are there going to be spoiler alerts in this?
No, there's not going to be any spoiler alerts, because that's the case that's going on. Holmes is investigating. At the same time, there is a missing person case, because Watson is trying, while he's working with Holmes, trying to help him in this case of the Red Poppy Menace. He's troubled because he's heard from America lately that his great niece has disappeared, and it's a missing person case, and his great niece is Dorothy. And now we go into the story of how Sherlock Holmes gets to Oz, and the book that I've just written, and my wife Lucille Calley has done the illustrations. She did the cover art and illustrations for it, based on L. Frank Baum's original book from 1900. Now what we have here is this is a reprint of that book from 1903, but it has the same it's the same book, the same illustrations by Denslow, and in many cases she has used the some of the same kind of illustrations in my book from this book. It's very she's used the same illustrations in some cases, and in some cases imitated those illustrations. So you have the three marching soldiers, and on this frontispiece, and here they're with British uniforms. Other
right. Like while you tried to marry Sherlock Holmes with the Wizard of Oz,
on the
I
title.
tried to marry the illustrations.
And you see the title page. So, other illustrations that she also imitated were one of the mice. You can see down here in the corner, and other illustrations from the book. The balloon that Denslow wrote. I mean, Denslow right, because I say right because I'm a writer. He drew. And this little illustration down here, which incorporates Sherlock Holmes, because you have the witch's hat, the basket, other items, but here you have Sherlock Holmes' hat. And just a couple of others, one other, to get an idea of. Here is
that's the witch's hat.
The witch's hat that she used, the magic cap to control her minions, and this is the one with Sherlock Holmes' cap. So what she did was a very original, innovative idea of marrying the two genres together into the illustrations for this book, where I married the two heroes of Sherlock Holmes and Watson with the adventures of Dorothy and L. Frank Baum, because L. Frank Baum is a character in this book. And it's a really, really good story. It's not a children's story. It's a Sherlock Holmes crime story where he investigates the Red Poppy Menace and the missing person case based on his deductions and his evidence. And for those of you that know the whole story of Oz through the movie, this story has nothing to do with the movie. It's not based on the movie at all. It's based on Baum's original first novel from 1900. And there's just a couple of things, such as the ruby slippers, which is in the movie. In the original book, you don't have the ruby slippers. You have silver slippers. And that's a minor consideration, but that's one that people know. There's a difference between the book and the movie. The other thing, though, is serious, though, is that the movie is a dream. In Baum's Wizard of Oz, Oz was a real place. Dorothy's story was not a dream. Dorothy's story was real. Oz was a real place you could go to, that she went to and came back from, and it's a real place where Holmes and Watson go to and they come back from. And it's a cracking good adventure, and I think you're going to enjoy it very much. I think Wizard of Oz fans will like it, and I think Sherlock Holmes fans will enjoy it. Here's just some of the illustrations.
Well, let's look at your book.
Well, you want me to show the illustrations?
Well, you could show the book, and then you could show
the
illustrations.
Okay,
you can leave them down. You have to hold them in the air.
Show. Okay, so illustrations in the book.
Well, how many pages is your book?
It's 140, about 140. Here's that one that we showed you. And illustrations are nice. This is The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, the first edition, 1900. L. Frank Baum wrote, and it was a presentation copy that was given to our adventurers. Here's Holmes's scientific renderings.
So people who know Sherlock Holmes will recognize.
You'll recognize a lot of the things going on in here, because there's certain things based on things in the Holmes canon. I'm not going to give away too much, but you'll see there's a lot of things in it. And I'm not going to tell you what some of the pictures mean. This is Sherlock with the King of the Sunflowers talking to them. The witch's staff, Witch of the North, her staff. This was one of the evil munchkins. And Miranda. And just go through a couple of the illustrations so you can see some of the, let's do it quick. These are all the illustrations that Lucille did for the book. Terrific, terrific, beautiful. And it really adds to the story. It really adds to the book. It's one of my favorites. This is also one of my favorites. The bees. Here they're coming upon the witch's castle. The original Wizard of Oz cover. And Sherlock Holmes. So, and you can see behind me the original cover painting, and that was used in the cover of the book. So,
how can we get this book?
Yes, that's a good thing. You know, you can get it usual places: Amazon, at Wildside Press, eBay. You can get it on Kindle, and it also the Baker Street Irregulars, in honor of Sherlock Holmes' birthday on January 15th. are going to have their annual bash to honor Sherlock Holmes. And it's going to be from 9 to 12 at the Westin Grand Central Hotel, which will have information
in New York City.
In New York City, we'll have the information in the description. It's free to. You don't have to be a member of the Baker Street Irregulars to come in for the book into the book room, and that's from 9 to 12. And you can come in, and I'll be there, and you'll be able to get signed copies by me and Lucille of the book. And if you want to do that, that would be great. It'd be great to see you. Otherwise, you could order the book at the usual places, which we'll put down in the description also.
Plus, there's a lot of other Sherlock Holmes stuff at the showroom.
Yes, if you're a Sherlock Holmes fan or collector,
probably signers,
or just a regular book collector, you'll enjoy going to this and seeing. It's only 3 hours. It's short. It's quick, but it's and it's a little intense sometimes. Busy, but it's fun. And it's a really nice gathering. If you drop by, let us know that you saw us on this YouTube channel and that you're coming by, and we'll say hi and have a nice get together and a little talk. And I think you'll enjoy this book a lot. I hope you'll give it a try. And we'll see you next time. Sherlock Holmes in Oz. Give it a thumbs up. You're going to like it. Thanks for looking.